teams now qualified. It's been a few weeks. I guess what's the buzz in the team, and the coaching staff and everyone now knowing you're going to the World Cup?
Yeah, I think once the dust settled after the tournament, I think the comms I've had with staff and players, we're just excited to book that ticket. It gives us obviously real clarity on now what we're sort of chasing, and every decision sort of here on out is really important for the team. But I think it's just a general sense of excitement, and to get to a pinnacle event like the World Cup is just everything for this team. So we're really looking forward to what the rest of the year brings, but obviously what that build into Brazil looks like.
And what the rest of the year does bring is games against Haiti and Morocco in June. I guess, what do these matches mean?
Yeah, they're going to be, we've never played either team, is my understanding. I think they're going to be a really good challenge point. I think if you look at the last 4 tours we've had, back at the end of last year, it was games where we had to really work out defensive principles, really tough games against really, really strong opposition. The last 2 tours we've had a lot of attacking moments, and that was something that we wanted to really concentrate on. I think these 2 games are a great step up in terms of competition, but they'll allow us to kind of work both sides, hopefully in relatively with more balance across the games. And then the other thing I'd say about these 2 teams is, if you look at the leadership they've got in terms of the coaches, they've got some really a wealth of experience leading both teams, with Pia and Jorge with the Morocco there. So yeah, really excited to sort of match up against them, but they'll be again the right challenge point for what we need right now.
So have you sort of outlined what you want to work on in these 2 games looking ahead to the World Cup? What are you guys going to be focusing on?
Yeah, without sort of going too deep into what we think they'll do, I think there'll just be games where we can have good spells with the ball, so we can build on what we did the last 2 tours. I think I'm really, really happy with how we're trying to play and how that's taking shape and the players' sort of response to that. There's obviously things we need to improve on. That's always going to be the case. So I think we can still get that out. And then I would say this is a classic case of both of these teams are underranked, in my opinion, from what I've seen. So I think they're going to have some real threats in these games. So what we do out of position is going to be really important to test some of our principles. We haven't had to, really flex that muscle as much the last 2 tours. But we had some really, strong reminders of why that's important at the end of last year against Mexico, US and Australia. So I think it's just going to give us just more opportunity on both sides of the ball to, learn what works and where we need to improve a little bit quicker than maybe we are. And that's what I'm really hoping to take out these 2 games.
Is it also an important aspect, the fact that I think both these teams are World Cup qualified as well? Does it give you sort of a good gauge of where you'll be at? Yeah,
it does. And I think that's part of the overall campaign plan is we're really deliberately trying to think about the right opposition at the right time. But obviously that's a big part of it, is we get to match up with them. And look, just like they will have their own challenges, we'll have our own challenges in terms of time of year of this tour. We've got a lot of players sort of coming off the back of long seasons and back of finals, but are moving into off-season. So again, that's going to be a factor in the squad and what it looks like. But I think we've still got another window or 2 where we can really test this wider squad, before we really sort of start focusing in on that last build through to Brazil.